As heard on the Pure Michigan commercials on radio or TV, 19 million acres of magnificent shoreline and forests are across the state of Michigan. Tim Allen illustrates the beauty of the Great Lakes state. It's essentially an advertisement to get the people of Michigan to go to our tourist attractions just for the beauty. Yet, according to the Bridge Environment Watch, the author explains that our beautiful Michigan has turned into a stretch of landfills. There is a significant amount of pollution in our waters and air that the pure Michigan that is advertised is almost non existent. In the following discussion, there will be a talk of how our lives are affected by environmental damage, and an explanation of why to recycle will be examined. The idea that recycling is an option is against the very nature of our Mother Earth. What is pollution? According to Merriam-Webster's dictionary, the definition of pollution is the presence in or introduction into the environment of a substance or something that is harmful or poisonous. Um, According to the same article said above by the Bridge Environment Watch, there are 72 landfills in Lower Michigan. When it comes to environmental effects, it affects our health and it affects our intelligence when we are introduced to pollution. The reason it affects our health is through our lungs, other organs, and the heart. And that's because we inhale the pollution from the littering in the landfills and it causes damage to the organs. And when it comes to our intelligence, of course, our brain is an organ. When we inhale the pollution and it goes through our bloodstream, it can cause irreversible damage to our social side of the brain, which was introduced by I think a sociologist named Gibbons. And when the social side of our brain is affected, it conflicts with our language and the ability to learn concepts. When it comes to the reason to recycle, it saves energy, it raises our economy, and it preserves our resources, protects our wildlife, and reduces the landfills, which of course cause damage to us in the end. When we're saving energy, it eliminates the need to make materials from scratch, regardless of which product you're producing. It's extremely labor intensive and energy expensive to extract. And when you transport and refine the natural resources that go into products continuously, then you just start running out of products in general. That was introduced to me by the Save on Energy team, and they wrote that article in 2016. When I'm talking about these products that we continuously use, I'm talking about aluminum, plastic, paper, glass, and it saves energy because the supply and demand for new materials lessen when producers are able to reuse what's been recycled. If, of course, that makes sense. When I'm talking about recycling raising the economy, it's not the number one reason to recycle, but according to a recent article by the EPA, the total material value of all the trash in the landfills and incinerators could be as much as 368 billion just in Michigan. Now, the soft side of it is preserving our resources, protecting wildlife, and reducing landfills, and that's what recycling helps do. According to a recent study done by a few archaeologists, 11 animals have went entirely extinct in the last 2 centuries, thanks to overconsumption of materials and elimination of their habitats. So, in conclusion, the reasons to recycle are to start saving and conserving energy, to raise the economy, to look after our health, and to preserve our resources, protect wildlife, and reduce landfills. Our world is what we make it. And if we choose to treat the earth badly, then we're going to suffer the repercussions in our health, in our environment, in our society. And the previous data and analytics that I brought up earlier, I think it should be enough to prove that this is real and it's beneficial to start recycling so you can see the results. And if we all start to recycle, we might see a difference. The people I did use for the references were Gibbons S. from 2018 in Air Pollution Robs Us of our smarts and our lungs with the National Geographic. I used Malowitz J in 2018 with Michigan was once a leader at recycling, while today it's in the pits. I used from Save on Energy team in 2016, and I used EPA, which is just a typical website. But anyways, thank you all for listening, and I hope that I persuaded you to start recycling.